In this month's edition of American Muscle, it's a special edition from the Miller Lite Mr. Universe Championships in the South Pacific paradise of Guam. We'll check out the growing fitness scene on this tropical island, plus bring you coverage of this international competition with the best amateurs from all over the world. Then it's back to the mainland to meet two Fitness America stars, rookie Brandy Hale, an aspiring fitness model just starting out, and Kim Peterson, a veteran who's been a top finalist for 4 years. Now, here's your host, Kimiko.
Hey everybody, we're keeping things hot for you with a special edition from the Miller Lite Mr. Universe on the beautiful South Pacific island of Guam. It's a tropical fitness adventure right here on American Muscle Magazine. Fitness has been a part of our lives so much that we almost take it for granted. Well, in the U.S. territory of Guam, across the Blue Pacific, it's a brand new activity that has the natives supercharged.
The island of Guam can only be described as paradise. Although it's a U.S. territory, most people on the mainland aren't familiar with Guam because of its proximity to Asia. However, the fitness scene here is booming. Go to any beach and you can spot island hardbodies displaying the fruits of their labors in the gym. And to be sure, the beautiful native women of Guam take notice.
Where there's beaches, there's bodies. And everybody really wants to look good here.
Indeed, the people of Guam do want to look good on the beach. When the Miller Lite Mr. Universe competition came to Guam, the competitors were a huge hit with the locals.
It's very seldom that so many international renowned bodybuilders come to Guam, and Guam's such a little island, no one really comes here, so now that everyone's here, we're all excited and real welcoming.
The bodybuilders were flattered by the attention they received. But they didn't quite comprehend. Little did they know that the Guamanians looked to them as the island bodies of the future.
I haven't seen anybody's body as well sculpted as the competitors that have arrived. And as far as men are concerned, I guess they're kind of intimidated about them, but they've been training for over 10 years of their lives. And on Guam, like we say, it just started about 2 years ago.
Though bodybuilding and fitness may be new to Guam, the islanders have already added their unique style to the whole experience of staying fit. Call it friendly fitness.
At least in the gyms here, that everyone helps everyone out. Even though we're competing against each other, that everyone will go that extra step to help someone on their dieting or to help someone on their training.
The bodybuilders and their gracious female hosts piled into an amphibious troop carrier left over from World War II to check out a secluded enclave called Star Sand Beach. It was a place that had something to offer everyone, visiting foreign bodybuilders and locals alike. The bodybuilders had to leave this tropical heaven much sooner than they wanted. And of course, the native women
When you leaving?
never wanted these sculpted Adonises to go. Little did the men of the Miller Lite Mr. Universe competition know that they had helped to hasten the evolution of fitness on this tiny island. For American Muscle, I'm Ron Jackson.
Now that is paradise, and we'll have more from Guam just ahead. Guam may not be quite as popular a vacation spot as Hawaii or Jamaica, but if you're into fitness, this tiny little island could very well be your own private paradise. Ron Jackson takes us on an exclusive fitness tour.
Most Americans may know the South Pacific island of Guam only as the site of a key U.S. airfield in World War II. Actually, it's a beautiful tropical paradise with a rich history that goes back many centuries. With a combination of picture-perfect beaches with sparkling blue water and lush green jungles, Guam is a vacation hotspot for much of Asia. Ironically, the Japanese, who occupied this island just over half a century ago, now flock to Guam in steady streams and are responsible for much of the success of the island's tourism. Besides being a popular tropical attraction, Guam has other assets native to the island.
Hi, I'm Teresa from the village of Jigo. Hi, I'm Bobby from Tamuni. Hi, I'm Carrie from Tamuni.
Hello, my name is Leilani, and I'm from the village of Agate.
The island fitness women are proud of their jewel in the South Pacific and feel that their home is an undiscovered Pacific treasure just waiting to be unveiled.
This is paradise. There's nothing like Guam here. The people here are really friendly and willing to talk to anybody who's not from Guam.
As they say, Guam is where America's day begins. And as you can tell, there's so much to offer. It's very beautiful here.
But Guam isn't just a tropical paradise to visit on a vacation or a honeymoon. Many Americans have actually relocated here to maintain their family values and experience a simple way of life that's becoming increasingly difficult to find on the U.S. mainland.
Because the family unit here on Guam is very cohesive. Everybody tends to look after each other.
Guam truly is the best of both worlds, an island paradise suitable for a healthy fitness lifestyle, yet with all the conveniences of a U.S. territory. And if you're a fitness buff, the island's many pristine beaches could be the perfect place to show off that hard body.
My bags are packed. And in a few minutes, Mr. Universe bodies take Guam by sea. Guam played host to the Miller Lite Mr. Universe, where the world's best amateur men gathered for a competition of truly global proportions. Ron Jackson has the South Pacific Report.
International competition is a unique and wonderful event. It's the only competition each year that allows athletes to meet others of their kind from a myriad of cultures. At the Miller Lite Mr. Universe Championships in Guam, over 200 men came from over 60 countries.
Korea!
And each had the goal of bringing honor and glory to his nation.
33, England. 34.
The men were of every race, color, and creed. And there were more languages than at the Tower of Babel. Still, the rugged physiques these athletes sported marked them all as brothers, regardless of their nationality or culture. Each had worked long and hard in the gym and endured Spartan diets in hopes of being crowned the world's best amateur bodybuilder. Another uniting factor for these men was the passion of their coaches, the men who had trained the athletes throughout the year for this specific event. Throughout pre-judging, these men shouted encouragement and pointers to their pupils, flexing under the hot stage lights. The capacity crowd was rabid for bodybuilding, since this was the first major competition ever to come to Guam. Each competitor received hearty cheers and applause from this very gracious and enthusiastic audience. After an opening ceremony in which all national teams took the stage, they were ready for competition, and the audience was in eager anticipation. Beginning with the bantamweights, the USA's Earl Snyder could only muster fourth, but when faced with the formidable opposition, this was nothing to be ashamed of. The runner-up in the bantamweights was an Egyptian, Anwar Ahmed. If you didn't know the weight class, there's no way you'd believe that this man was under 142 pounds. Ultimately, it was Malaysia's Zetri Munir who won the class and earned his pro card. Prior to competing at this event, he'd won his national title. Zetri's thick, dense muscularity made him an easy choice for first. Third in the lightweights was Korea's Ki-Dan Han, a father of four who's competed in the universe many times. Korea is slowly building an excellent team that may soon dominate the lighter weight classes at this event. The runner-up was three-time Team Universe champion Chris Faldo, representing the United States. Although he was disappointed, Chris recently signed a generous endorsement contract with the supplement company Metrex that more than brightened up his spirits. Chris is known in Hawaii as not only the hardest working, but one of the most sincere and gregarious bodybuilders from the islands. Edging out Chris was England's Dave Ford, a 38-year-old married father of two. Dave's margin of victory was possibly due to his superior thickness, particularly in the legs. The welterweights were a truly diverse group. In third was Jaroslav Horvat from Slovakia. Like many of the competitors at the Miller Lite Mr. Universe, this was his first international event. With his superior genetics, it won't be the last. Winning the class was a man from the other half of what used to be Czechoslovakia, the Czech Republic. Stefan Oroge had thickness for his height that you would expect to see on a heavyweight. He was only one member of a bigger contingent of superb athletes from the former Eastern Bloc nations. Runner-up in the middleweights was one of the best bodybuilders ever to come out of Spain, Armando Villa. Armando travels all over Europe to the best gyms to learn all the latest training techniques from the continent. It looks like the knowledge really is power. The only member of Team USA to win their division was middleweight Yanni Schamberger. The 41-year-old former triathlete from Maryland became a professional and recently showed that natural athletes can compete with anyone by taking third place at the Masters Mr. Olympia. It was a mostly Germanic top three in the light heavyweights, with Thomas Schuh from Germany taking third. Runner-up was Alfred Krautgartner from Austria. He had actually earned his professional status years ago by winning his class at the Universe, but declined the opportunity to compete professionally, preferring to continue his bodybuilding efforts on the amateur level. Winning was the shortest and thickest man in the class, Holland's Amici Manye Mauricio. He got many of his training tips from former Mr. Universe and Mr. Holland, Barry Deming. In the heavyweights, the USA's Skip LaCour was shocked to place sixth. Since this was his first international competition, Skip didn't know what to expect. He looked great, but these men were a whole other breed of bodybuilder. Germany provided another big bodybuilder, Michael Bischke, who placed fourth. Weighing over 240 pounds, Michael was a high school athlete and got into bodybuilding in an effort to continue his athletic aspirations. Not to be outdone, nearby Austria had a very impressive Thomas Zeckmeister in third. In the tradition of fellow countryman Arnold Schwarzenegger, Thomas got into bodybuilding as a teenager, having won his national title. He trains in the highly competitive arena of German gyms and health clubs. Hungary's Gino Kiss had awesome shape, symmetry, and size and could have easily won. However, not being in his best condition cost Gino the title. His career aspirations lie outside of competitive bodybuilding, as he plans to slim down to a sleek physique more appropriate for modeling. The heavyweight winner was Agathoklis Agathokleous from Cyprus, a small island nation off the coast of Greece. He then went on to win the overall pose down and an invitation to compete in the Mr. Olympia. Not bad for a young man from a country where most people have never heard of bodybuilding. In the true spirit of international competition, the athletes, officials, and coaches of the Miller Lite Mr. Universe competition gathered afterward for a banquet and toasted to each other's health and success. Truly, this is proof that the sport of bodybuilding can bring nations together. American Muscle is being brought to you by Twinlab, makers of creatine fuel and other high-performance sports nutrition products. Feed your dream. Feed the machine. By Designer Protein. Pick up a jar of America's best-selling protein at GNC and other progressive health food stores and gyms throughout the United States and Canada. And by EAS, inventors of Phosphagain and Myoplex Plus, the ones that work. Now available at your local health food retailer and GNC.
Well, that's our show for this month. I hope to see you all at the Fitness America pageant and the Muscle Mania weekend in Redondo Beach. So until next time, I'm Kimiko Tanaka for American Muscle Magazine.
Air travel to Guam provided by Continental Micronesia Airlines. Fly with the warmth of paradise. Hotel accommodations have been provided by the luxurious Palace Hotel in Guam, with breathtaking ocean views from every room. And remember, We support a natural sport, and we hope you do too. We'll see you next time, right here on American Muscle Magazine.